tonight, and we've had another good year as far as our A&P tax is concerned. It was just under what it was last year, but still over $100,000, and we've had several projects. You'll have our line item sheet that I've handed out to you to look through and see what we've done this year. Right now, our available funds for granting are $60,602.44. We have some items that are up for funding that we have had a little email vote on today. We've had a hard time finding a day when the whole commission could meet, but anyway, we're hoping this year to work on some projects that will increase our quality of life here in Magnolia. And three of the things that we voted on today, we're partnering with the city in working on two of our parks, Eastside Park and Stadium Street Park. Does that have a name?
Used to be City Park.
On Stadium Street? Okay.
Magnolia, that was the City Park.
Okay.
But I don't know.
Right. Well, ball tournaments, that has ball fields in it, and ball tournaments are a great moneymaker for our town. A lot of people come to town, they eat, they sleep, they buy gas, and so we feel like that's a good investment for us from the A&P side. And also Eastside Park, when we look at it, you know, it needs work done on it, and several of our leadership Magnolia classes have invested money and time and a lot of sweat equity trying to help upgrade that park. And you know, we just feel like that's a quality of life issue for here in Magnolia. And as people come and look to town, you know, even when you're here playing in a ball tournament or here for some other reason, we'd like to have a nice park for people, for their families to go to, and then for our community to use. And so we feel like that's a good investment for the A&P on that. Another thing is we have a motocross track just west of town, and we're going to do some invest a little money in that. We're looking at that today, and we're going to have some further discussions on it. But we just feel like they have a large number of people already coming to town on a regular basis just to practice at that facility. And the last event they had over 1,000 people. And so Senator Tim Griffin called me to talk about it one day. This was something he participated in as he was growing up. And anyway, we're going to look into that more, and he felt like it would be a good investment for Magnolia for us to help upgrade those facilities. That would be another economic way to bring people to town and money to town, and so we're looking into that. And then, as always, our Magnolia Arts Group does a great job in providing some quality of life things to do here in Magnolia with what they have going on a monthly basis, and so we're helping them out on that so far. But anyway, we try to spend the money wisely. And somebody have any questions about A&P funds? We haven't met in several months. We didn't have any applications, and then December was here, and then this has just been a real busy month for everybody, and so we haven't had an official meeting this month.
I have a question. Do any funds can be appropriate for the South Side Park?
Well,
in that area?
We're partnering with the city, so we're doing kind of a matching fund thing. So whatever the city allocates, up to $30,000, A&P is. So I think there's an overall plan, but I'm not sure. Mayor, you might want to address.
Ms. Russ, we've got 50,000 going to Southside Park in private funds, 19 of which has been spent on a piece of equipment that's in the street yard that we're getting ready to put together to place over there. The well location, it was a dry hole, so that will be cleared off, put back the way it was. The park will be, grass will take over, Warrior football will be there. That donor gave money, and so we'll spend that. We'll spend 50 there, and then we'll take our 30, and if we get help from A&P, we're going to split that between East Side and Stadium Street.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, we'll definitely be going to the South Side Park.
That is being looked at, and we're working on that. John and I have been talking. John's excited because it's been years since we've been able to really rehab our parks, and then we've started the East Side, the bathrooms at East side and south side and stadium are all on the plan. Anything else from Ms. Hambrice?
So, Cammie, so does this list cover since the
Since the beginning of
beginning?
time.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've kind of reworked it, Kim and I looked at some things when she came on, because I know it gets lengthy, but when the committee meets, a lot of times we like to look back and say, well, they've received money before, and how much did they get? Even though they ask on the application, sometimes it's helpful to have all that, to kind of look back and see what you did last year, or the year before that, or an ongoing total, but it is since the beginning.
Maybe we could be, or it might help us if maybe it's stopped at, shows the entire, have this entire spreadsheet, but have a breaking point in 2011, 2012, or at least have dates on there. I know they kind of have years up to the side.
Somewhat. Sometimes the money overlaps, like they don't spend it all, and so they might finish spending it. But, and from time to time, and there's several things on there that, money will go back into the pot. Any unused funds, and I know Jamie, because you're new on this, on the city council, but any unused funds go back into the pot. And so, if they're granted $3,000 and they only use $2,500, then that $500 goes back into the pot. So when we have our official meeting, we'll kind of clean up our bookkeeping and make those amendments to where that, that looks right again. But, we'll put that money back, but sometimes it does bleed over, and we've just discussed it several times, and there's just not a great way to keep it, but we are open to suggestions, for sure.
Okay, anything else? Good report, thank you for your work. Next item of business